Welcome into Kicking It with the Smith River Sports Complex. I'm your host and the Director of Marketing, Houston Stutz, and thank you for tuning in on this Tuesday afternoon. As I mentioned, Houston Stutz here with you, and well, I'm feeling a little bit extra cheesy today as we have the Wine Festival coming up this weekend, September 17th at the Smith River Sports Complex Festival Grounds from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. So make sure you come out to that. And to go with the theme today, I've got the Cheesehead right out of Wisconsin. I've got the glass of Preston Ridge wine, who will be at the festival on Saturday. And I will say that it's pretty good. So come by, check us out. Get your sample of the wine, enjoy it. It'll be a great afternoon of fun. So again, put that on your calendars for September 17th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Wine by the River Wine Festival at the Smith River Sports Complex. We'll talk more about that in the second segment, but first we'll get to a little bit of the national sports talk. And well, probably the biggest thing going on in national sports right now is it's football. Football season's finally back. It's one of the most exciting times of the year for everyone. And well, being a Redskins fan and local fans around the area, you do have a lot of Redskins fans, took a tough Monday night loss last night to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wasn't the way I imagined the season to start for the Redskins, especially with Josh Norman. And for the Steelers, Antonio Brown, I thought that was going to be more of an intriguing matchup, but Brashad Breeland was stuck cornering with Antonio Brown most of the night. And well, Antonio Brown got the most of it. And to stick with the theme, he did his dance and when he got in the end zone, and well, it was a little bit of a vulgar dance, you could say, as the NFL did not like it too much, so they fined him. But I mean, as I've always said, I can't dance, I prefer to Chardonnay. So yes, like I said, I'm a little extra cheesy today with the whole wine theme. And also another local team that a lot of fans pull for in the Martinsville, Henry County area, the Carolina Panthers. They lost on a missed last-second field goal against the Denver Broncos to kick off the NFL season on Thursday night, but nonetheless was still a great game. So, I mean, it's been a fun week of football. Just things hadn't turned out, but and it's lived up to all the hype. The college football season, the opening weekend over Labor Day was fantastic, and then the NFL weekend started out, which there were 6 games decided by 2 points or less, and that is the most in any weekend that we've ever seen in the NFL history. So that just goes to show how competitive these teams are and how good the games have been this past weekend. Taking a look on a lot of Cowboy fans, Dak Prescott fills in for the injured Tony Romo, comes out, plays pretty well, does not get the victory, but I would say for his, I believe he was, a 6th round pick. I mean, he was a late pick by the Dallas Cowboys out of Mississippi State, and he showed well, so they can't be unhappy with his performance. And a lot of people were saying, well, Tony Romo's been injured so much, so let's just go ahead and slide him on out the door and bring in Prescott to be our number 1 guy, and hopefully he can stay healthy and it can prove to be more of a stable franchise this year rather than the circus they had surrounding the quarterback position last year. And one piece of advice for you, Dak, be sure that you find Dez Bryant. 1 reception for 8 yards is not how you want to please Dez Bryant. We all know he has a temper and can get frustrated with coaches and teammates. So again, a word of advice, Dak, look for Dez just a little bit more. You might be more successful, and it'll probably save you a headache a little later on. And then RG3, former Redskin, moves to Cleveland. He goes down in his first game with the Cleveland Browns, does not make it through his first full game with the Browns, as they did lose to the Philadelphia Eagles and their rookie quarterback Carson Wentz out of FCS North Dakota State. That has just been domination. I think North Dakota State is more of a dominating team than you can say Alabama. I mean, North Dakota State's always in the national championship in the FCS. And as a JMU fan, I hope JMU can give them a run for their money. And I have seen them when I was in college there take JMU to town and beat us in the playoffs. But again, Carson Wentz showed well. RG3 goes down. It wasn't anything wild. He actually got hit out of bounds. It's not like he was looking for the trouble. Gets hit pretty hard, messes up a bone in his left shoulder. So the rest of the game was kind of just drooping there, and then he tried throwing and coming back in, but that just did not work out. And now he's placed on the IR with, again, a fractured bone inside his left shoulder. I don't know the exact bone. It starts with a C, but I never took my anatomy in college, so I could not tell you exactly what it is or what it means. But he is out for at least 8 weeks, possibly, on the injured reserve, so not good for RG3. And that brings up the debate with him. Will he start for the Cleveland Browns again? Will he start in the NFL again? He's proven that he can't stay healthy. We saw it with the Washington Redskins. His rookie season looks fantastic. Goes off, gets hurt against the Baltimore Ravens. Kirk Cousins steps in, fills the void. They still make the playoffs, but we all know how that game against Seattle ended with his very nasty-looking knee injury, and had both knee injuries now. So, and his tenure at Washington didn't end on the best point of view. So, I don't think that it's going to end very well in Cleveland either, because, like I said, he could be out for the entire year, at least half the season. 8 weeks, I would say, is a safe bet. But we'll see what happens with the whole RG3 situation in Cleveland. And then, like I said, Eagles went on to win with Carson Wentz. The Raiders and Saints, that was a wild finish. I had Drew Brees in my fantasy team that did not fare so well over the weekend. And it is fantasy football season. Drew Brees was fantastic, but the Saints came out with a loss to the Oakland Raiders. Jack Del Rio made a very gutsy move late in that game, scores a touchdown. Down by 1, can kick the field goal to send it to overtime, but instead he wants to go for the 2-point conversion. And according to ESPN stats, he had a 51% chance of winning that game if he would have kicked the field goal. But he wanted to go with the lower odds, the 44% chance of winning, and go with the 2-point conversion. And while the 44% were in his favor, and he did convert on the 2-point conversion, they went on to win. And ESPN tweeted out that stat, and his response was, "Good thing ESPN is not coaching the Raiders. Instead, I am." Well, the Raiders are 1-0, so I guess it is a good thing that Jack Del Rio is the coach rather than the ESPN networks. But it was a fun game to watch, and like I said, Drew Brees showed off. The Saints receivers showed off, had a great night, but it was not in their cards to get the victory. Another good game, Jimmy Garoppolo got his win over the Arizona Cardinals, who are by many picked to go to the Super Bowl. They're an early season favorite. Well, they didn't show so well. It looked like Larry Fitzgerald was the only player that decided to play for the Cardinals. Garoppolo and the Patriots went on to win that game, and that was a fun and exciting game to watch. Again, making a great NFL Sunday, or Thursday through Monday, I should say. And it's good to see Garoppolo step in, and that was the toughest test for the Patriots, I feel like, playing on the road without Tom Brady for 4 weeks, and now they get to go home for 3 straight weeks with Garoppolo, and he does not have the toughest of schedules at home. So it looks like the Patriots are going to be A-OK without Tom Brady in the driver's seat of that offense. And then a big story, the Chiefs overcame a 17-point deficit to beat the San Diego Chargers, 33-27, I believe, in overtime. So that was fun to watch. And then they didn't even use a big dose of Jamal Charles. They had to go with their backup running back due to injury for Jamal Charles. So that was cool to see. And it looks like Alex Smith has that team under control, and Andy Reid has done wonders since he left Philly and is now taking over for the Chiefs. And now you got to look back at that, as they say, hindsight's always 20/20, and the Eagles have not done anything since they let Reid go. I mean, they still haven't won a Super Bowl. He led them to a Super Bowl, though. And now you take a look at the Chiefs and what they've done with Andy Reid, and it's been phenomenal since he's turned that organization around. And also in that game, Keenan Allen is now out for the season, torn ACL for the San Diego Chargers, and they put him on the IR yesterday as well. And again, another blow to my fantasy team, which actually played pretty well. Came out with 170 points in a PPR league, but I was beat, as someone told me to say earlier, by my better half in that game, which she went on to score 190-some points and outscored everyone in the league. But if I'd have been playing anybody else, I could have came away with a victory. Oh, well, we'll get them next week, and I'm sure I'll be hearing it for quite a bit from her. And then also looking forward to this weekend, another great weekend of football coming up with college football. You got number 2 FSU taking on Louisville in an ACC matchup, who is ranked number 10, and Louisville has looked great in the first 2 games this season. Granted, they played Charlotte and then they played Syracuse, but they look fantastic. So FSU will travel to Louisville to take on the Cardinals. Again, that's at noon Saturday. Another fun game to be on the lookout for. Number 25 Miami, the Hurricanes, will be taking on App State at noon on Saturday. In Boone, North Carolina, tough atmosphere. App State played Tennessee very well in that opening weekend on Labor Day weekend. So I'm curious to see how that game folds out. Can the Hurricanes go on the road with their new coach and win against App State in Boone, North Carolina, which has proven to be a hostile environment? Number 1 Alabama will be taking on number 19 Ole Miss, SEC matchup, that in Oxford, Mississippi. So that one should be fun. I got my JMU colors, the purple, to go with the whole wine theme. JMU will be playing at the University of North Carolina, so UNC, that game's at 3:30. JMU, just to let fans know that are in the area or Carolina fans, JMU is averaging 68 points a game, over 561 yards of offense in their first 2 games. Granted, they've been against FCS cupcakes, but still they've looked very well. And another crazy stat to throw out there is that the opposing teams have only punted to JMU 3 times, and all 3 times JMU has returned those for touchdowns. So who knows, maybe JMU could go in and make it a little competitive for the Tar Heels, who began the season ranked in the number 19 position. Also, Boston College is in Blacksburg visiting Virginia Tech. That game will begin at 3:30. Number 12 Michigan will be at Notre Dame. The college game day set will be there Saturday morning. That game's at 7:30. And then also another 7:30 kickoff. You have number 3 Ohio State at number 14 Oklahoma. And then real quick, in other news, Ryan Lochte began, we know how his Olympic thing went. He began Dancing with the Stars last night on their debut. 2 guys rushed the stage after his dance, coming after him, but the Dancing with the Stars security was able to tackle him and prevent the harm, but they had to take a unscheduled commercial break. So just kind of funny to see how people are not very happy with Ryan Lochte, and they said that he shouldn't be celebrated as a star after his incidents in Rio, making that false lie about what happened when him and his teammates went out for a night of fun in Rio. And then real quick, Kaepernick obviously still in the news, still taking a knee, and others have joined raising their fist or taking a knee with him. But I will say Monday night in D.C. last night went very well. Neither Redskins or Steelers participated in that, and that makes me proud as a Redskins fan. And it also Mike Tomlin came out, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, and said that Alejandro Villanueva, who is a former Army graduate and was served 3 stints in Afghanistan, Iraq for our country, that his teammates would not take a knee or raise their fist out of respect for their teammates. That was really awesome to see that. And the Redskins actually helped with the flag that they put across the field before the national anthem. Again, remembering the 15 years of 9/11. But all that's over with, and now we're going to move on to the wine festival. But first, we're going to take a quick break, so stay tuned. When we come back, try a little more of that Preston Ridge wine, and hopefully you come out Saturday to the complex and test it out. So stay tuned.
Is growing fast with a new location now open in Martinsville. Come in today and we'll give you up to $4,000 more for your trade. Plus get 2 years complimentary maintenance with every vehicle purchase. With our guaranteed credit approval, you could be driving a new car today. That's right, a new car today and $4,000 more for your trade. This event, these offers will end without notice. So get here fast. The all-new Blue Ridge Nissan in Martinsville, across from the Speedway on Greensboro Road, or visit theblueridgeway.com.
Martinsville Family Dentistry would like to invite you to experience Zoom. Zoom is a customized whitening experience that's created to make you look your best, give you dynamic results with a whiter, brighter smile in less than an hour. Over 10 million people have benefited from Zoom professional whitening treatment and have experienced the way a radiant smile can improve their self-confidence and their overall happiness. Patients have reported 5 to 8 shades whiter smile in just an hour. Martinsville Family Dentistry is taking new patients, so stop our office at 25 Cleveland Avenue, Suite A in Martinsville.
Loan Specialist. Usually that's someone who fights for your signature then sells your loan to Never Never Land, never to speak with you again. At Martinsville First Savings Bank, we don't sell our loans, and we're locally owned and operated, so all decisions are made at 25 West Church Street in Uptown Martinsville. We've been serving the South Side since 1924. Proof that serving you remains our focus. For more information, call 276-638-8771 or visit martinsvillefirst.com. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
At Memorial Hospital of Martinsville in Henry County, we understand the power of home, knowing that Memorial Hospital brings the latest technology and the best medical professionals together for you, our families, friends, and neighbors. Right here in Martinsville, it's sometimes the best medicine. When you need cardiac care, time is critical. Our expert cardiologists are just moments away, meaning better outcomes for you and your heart. The best in care, the closeness of family and friends. That's the power of home.
Have you ever been so busy that you neglected your car? Stop by one of our 2 locations for a free 21-point inspection. We offer full-service oil changes, tire rotations, radiator flushes, and complete engine diagnostics. And don't forget, at Quick Lube, we offer a loyalty rewards program for every 6 full-service oil changes free. Quick Lube serving you with 2 locations, Ridgeway and Martinsville, or visit us online at quicklubeva.com.
Welcome back to Kicking It with the Smith River Sports Complex. I'm your host and the Director of Marketing, Houston Stutz. Again, I mentioned earlier in this show we have this nice bottle of wine presented to us by Preston Ridge Winery. Let me do my best to model it off. I've got my wine, I've got my cheese, I'm all set for this weekend. And of course, got the beautiful wine glass from Wine by the River Wine Festival. And of course, I've got my Preston Ridge wine to go in the glass. And as always, it's great. Thanks to those guys at Preston Ridge Winery for supplying us with the wine. And of course, you can get a chance to come get your wine glass and the wine to go in it this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at the Smith River Sports Complex. So we look forward to having you. It's our 2nd annual Wine by the River Wine Festival. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got some great wineries represented. Again, the Preston Ridge guys will be there. We have a few more musical acts. We're going to have some tubing down the river, so you can do a family float. You can hop in the tube presented by the Smith River Outfitters. Brian Williams, part of the DARBA, so the Dan River Basin Association, will be helping us out with that, so you can float about 30 minutes down the stream. So bring you some trunks or some shorts or whatever you need to get in the river, a towel to dry off when you're done. Float down 30 minutes on this nice Saturday that we should be having. Hop out of the river and then pay your admission fee, grab your ticket, and then you get your wine glass for $25. You get the glass and the tastings from the different wineries that we'll be having. 7 different wineries / beer will be there, so be sure to come by and check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Last year I enjoyed it. You wouldn't believe what all you'll get to see. Personally, I'm not a big fan of wine, but or at least I wasn't until last year. My mom, dad, or at least I should say my mom, is a huge fan. She loves to go to Chateau Morissette and enjoy the wines there. And it's just never been a thing that hits the spot for me. But last year I was able to, after working, of course, was able to check out some of the wineries and get some samples in of my own. And I will say that I found there were quite a few wines that I've never heard of before, never visited. And it's not, for me, it's one of those things I'm not going to go to the store and buy it if I don't know what it is and have never tried it before. But I tried it and now it's turned me on. And again, I've got my Preston Ridge wine here now, the Red Passion table wine that is very delicious, if I do say so myself. And They have some very other good stuff. I believe they had a sangria last year. They served in a pitcher that was very good and very popular among the attendees. So again, you get to come check out your wines, try some wines, purchase some wines, and then we also have plenty of food and art vendors set up throughout the festival grounds. We'll also have a stage with 2 musical acts performing. So it's going to be a great day. Cornhole boards out, and we have tables and chairs underneath a shaded tent so you can relax, enjoy your wine. You can get around and taste all the wines, or maybe you find one that you like really quick and you just go ahead and buy the bottle and grab that and take it to a table and relax and enjoy that. That's acceptable as well. Again, the 2 musical acts will be Maya Burgess and Slick Jr. in the Reactors. They'll be participating in the festival. Again, it's from 2 to 6, so each band will probably perform about 2 hours, and obviously they'll work in some breaks in between so that they can relax, because it was a hot day last year. And then, like I mentioned, we'll have floating on the river, so you can come grab a tube, and Smith River Outfitters, Brian Williams will be there to help you out there. Again, you'll start up at the bridge, at the bypass bridge. You just walk through our Paw Path Trail, which is sponsored by the SPCA, who was just on right before me. So you can walk down the SPCA Paw Path, take your tube with you, hop in. It's about a 30-minute float down to our main river access. And once you get there, you'll hop out and you'll be at the festival, so you can grab you the wine and enjoy it and relax and have a fun. So that's a new thing added this year. It worked at Smith River Fest really well, as all the times sold out. So please get there early and come enjoy the river float and enjoy all the different wines that our area does have to offer, because there are quite a few wineries in this area. I mean, Hamlet Vineyards will be there, there in Bassett, Preston Ridge out of Martinsville, Stanburn Winery, I believe they are out of Stewart. I can't remember off the top of my head, but again, we have all these wineries so close, and they will be here. So locally grown grapes, and then it's awesome wine. You really got to try it. And this part of Virginia is really popular for those wines. Again, it's like the California Napa Valley of the East Coast, so it's a great chance for you to get those wines in while they're here local, serving them up for a great price. Again, just $25 to get the ticket to get in, to try the wines and get your wine glass. Or if you want to be a designated driver, the DDs or anyone under 21 can still come. It's only $10, and then children under 12, I believe, are free for the event. And another good thing is we're also going to have beer selection. So if you're not a wine drinker, someone like my dad, he's not a fan of wine, you can still come, pay your $10. They'll still check your ID, you get your over 21 wristband, and you can purchase the beer that you would like to drink. There will be a cider there, Blue Toad Hard Cider, that will be sampling to go along with the wineries. But if you'd like a Coors Light, Miller Lite, whatever Lawrence Distributing has to offer, you can purchase that through them. They'll have beers on draft, so you can purchase that individually as you buy your beer, and you don't have to pay $10 to actually get into the festival, and you still get the perks of enjoying the music and checking out all the food and art vendors that we will have available. The participating wineries that we have Hamlet Vineyards, Preston Ridge Vineyards, we have Ramulose Ridge Vineyards, we also have Stanburn Winery and West Wind Farm, and then new to this year we have our first cider participating, Blue Toad Hard Cider, that is based up in Nelson County, Virginia, and then they also have another distributor in New York, so be sure to check that out. And then of course we'll have Lawrence Distributing providing us with some beer as well, so be sure to come and try us out. And then as far as food and art vendors go, for food, as of right now, off the top of my head, we got Sweet Cakes, H&R Foods, Hilton's Wood Grill food truck. I know I had that last year. Grabbed some barbecue. They also have some chicken, and the barbecue was fantastic. So that's another good reason to come. Then we have, as far as vendor goes, we have just different art vendors. We have the Artisan Center. We have a stationery provider. We have a bath fitter, Cincy Rubber Arm. We have photography with Reflections. 31 Totes, Essential Tranquility. So again, that's just some of the vendors that we'll have on hand. So we have a variety of options for you to shop at while you enjoy your wine. And of course, you can bounce around to all the different stations, plenty of time in 4 hours to visit all of them. We'll have the cornhole boards out so you can play some cornhole, or you can just relax underneath the shade tent and listen to the music provided to us on the stage that was presented by Martinsville Uptown. So we thank them for allowing us to use the stage. And then the tables and chairs that you'll be sitting under the tent are provided by the Virginia Museum of Natural History. So we thank them as well. And the rest of our sponsors, the American National Bank and Trust, Bowles Properties, Doug's Imports, Everything Outdoors, who made the fantastic landscape last year, and the entranceway, Family Discount Pharmacy, Fort Mountain Rest Home, Harbor Garage and Towing over in Martinsville. We have the Martinsville-Henry County Chamber of Commerce helping advertise this for us. Martinsville Uptown for the stage, Packaging Products Incorporated, People's Save Station number 9 in Ridgeway. Bill will be able to help you out there as he helped us out, and we very much thank him for that. Petal LLC, so if you need any landscaping, yard work done, call Patrick Francisco, who also takes care of our fields at the Smith River Sports Complex, and I guarantee you he will have your yard looking great before the winter and get all the treatment he needs to do to it so that you have an awesome spring when that comes up. And the Virginia Museum of Natural History for the tables and chairs that you'll be relaxing in, and visit Martinsville, the tourism division, and all that they do for us at the Smith River Sports Complex. And then really quick, water slide will be open for two more weeks. September 25th will be the last day of the water slide, so you can come out Saturday for anybody that wants to come out. It's a PYSL Saturday special. The slide will be open from 10 to 6, but if you come anytime between 10 and 4, you can ride all day, unlimited rides for only $5. So be sure to come out and enjoy that while you can. And then also a reminder to sign up for any parties that you may be wanting to have, weddings, baby showers, wedding showers, anything, birthday parties, anything you can think of, we can take care of it at the Smith River Sports Complex as the fall spots are going quickly. But that's going to about do it for us. And again, I'm going to leave you with one more taste of this wine. Very good stuff. So be sure to come out and test it out. Presented by Preston Ridge Wineries, and enjoy the wine festival. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you there. For everyone at the Smith River Sports Complex, I'm Houston Stutz. Thank you for tuning in here on BTW 21. We'll see you Saturday.
If you're like most of us, you probably think hearing happens in your ears. In fact, it's what's in between your ears that counts. Inside your brain. That's where sound becomes information. It makes sense to take care of your hearing health the same way you care about your overall health. Hearing care is healthcare. Introducing brain hearing technology by Oticon. A new way to help your brain hear more naturally, finely tuned to your unique hearing profile. Offered in a wide range of styles, fitting options, colors, and price points. Achieving 96% patient satisfaction in both new and experienced hearing device users. Go online or call us now to give your brain exactly what it needs to hear. Brain hearing technology, powered by Oticon.
I am Autos by Nelson.
I am Autos by Nelson.
I am Autos by Nelson.
I'm Autos by Nelson.
I am 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 Autos by Nelson.
Over 400 employees serving Martinsville-Henry County over 40 years.
We are Autos by Nelson.